up, folks? Sean the Average Angler coming at you with another great video. All right. Weather outside my house is looking like fall. We actually got a lot of rain today. Temperatures, yeah, they're still nice. Probably 70s. Sun hasn't been out a whole lot today. Sorry, I'm checking on Cora, making sure she's not taking off down the neighborhood. I got some announcements to make. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Join the Average Angler community. Watch the content I put out. I appreciate y'all stopping by, taking time out of your day. Announcement number one. Check out my new Fat Pack Baits hat. Pretty cool. I think I look sharp in it, huh? For an old man, right? Yeah, I want to thank all of you. The support you've given has been fantastic. And Fat Pack Baits and I have worked out a little working agreement together, so thank you very much. The support of you guys and the using the baits and the testimonials about the baits have been fantastic, and I thank you because that's the reason this all came together. Some people are probably in that fall phase now. Typically for us, we'll kind of move into it and then come back out. We have some warming trends, but you never know. We're starting to kind of feel like we're going to get a little early winter this year, so a bait that you should have rigged all the time right now is a good old fluke bait, right? And these are great. You can fish them anywhere. You can fish them in ponds, you can fish them in lakes, rivers, you name it. The good old fluke can be fished a ton of different ways, right? Now, the most popular way is with I typically use an EWG, but you can use a lot of different types of hooks. I like an EWG hook and just nose hook. Let me see if I got one here. I do. Okay, there we go. Just in through the nose, back out, up onto the hook, through the nice slit there in the bottom. Hook comes out the top, bada bing, bada boom, you're ready to go. Now, one thing you can do with the fluke is you can adjust where you come out up front, and that's going to affect the way the bait works. With the way I did it, it's going to nose down some. If you put the hook further back into the bait where it comes out, run it in there, come all the way out that slit there, then the hook's going to go back a lot further. You're going to get more of a gliding action this way when it falls. Mostly because the weight of the hook is the only weight we got on this, typically when fluke fishing. And it's a little more balanced. It's going to glide. That is a fantastic way to fish a fluke this time of year, because a lot of times we're dealing with shad die-offs. I know at Clear Lake they're having a shad and fish die-off right now. From what I understand, I've only seen shad, but you can adjust this hook. When it's up front, it's going to nose down more, and you can work these as fast as you want. If you're around fish that are busting on shad, you really can't fish it too fast, but I like to just do a jerk, jerk, jerk and reel at the same time, and just adjust your reel cadence to match what you need to get the fish. Now, other times when the fish are a little slower, maybe they're not busting on the bait, but they were, you might want to slow it down a little bit. But the fluke is a fantastic way to cover all kinds of water. Doesn't matter if there's grass, you can fish this right through grass. You can fish grass edges, weed lines. Let it sink some, fish the weed lines, and as you twitch it, that bait will walk one way and then walk the other. The fluke is just a small bait fish, right? Now, this happens to be called Golden Money Minnow. And if that name sounds familiar, that's because it's Fat Pack baits. Now, these, very similar to a fluke, little different action. The bait's a wee bit small or softer, and maybe not as deep of a belly, meaning down here, okay? You can drop shot this bait. You can nose hook it, you can Texas rig it. Again, we're fishing a minnow, we're just fishing it down. Essentially, that's all fluke is a minnow or a shad, whatever it is you're trying to mimic. Could be a shad, shiner, whatever other kind of bait fish you may have. We have silver sides in Clear Lake, for instance. They look a lot like this, to be honest with you. The good old fluke rig's been around a long time, and I know most of you are going to be familiar with this. This And this is really one of the things I love about Fat Pack. Okay, their baits are great. They're at least equal to, usually better than a lot of others. But the great thing is, this is a 20 pack. You tend to get more baits for your money, so that's a really good thing. And then you get great baits on top of it. So that was one of the things that drew me to Fat Pack. They had some things that I was kind of looking for color-wise. They're out of Arizona. They make fantastic colors. They're fish-catching baits. Hopefully, we'll even have some new baits coming out soon, I hope. Now, if your fish are a little deeper, or maybe even they're a lot deeper, that's the thing about fall fishing. Fish can be at all different levels of the water column. Some of them may not have come up yet. They may be hanging out down in that deep water because they're waiting for fall in your area. Like I said, everybody's different. Every area is different. And a lot of it has to do with daylight penetration, sunlight, you know, the length of the day. The fish are kind of keen to that, so they know when it's coming, and when things start to change, I think they sense it and get the vibe before we do. But if they're deeper, then we can go to that fat swimmer. Okay, this is a 3.8. They come in several different sizes. That's the same color, green money minnow. Just a little thicker. The color looks a little bit darker, but it's a great color. It's transparent green. It's got some purple and black flake in there, like a pearl midsection, and then a clearer bottom that has a green hue to it, but that's from the light coming through from the top. So really cool bait. This will cover you from the top all the way down to the bottom. I'll fish this rig down to 40 plus feet and catch fish on it. Okay, that's just a cool baits, quarter ounce underspin with a Fat Pack Baits Fat Swimmer 3.8. This is a great way to catch fall fish, okay? Or the end of summer to fall. It can be a really funky time, and sometimes it's really a tough one to figure out what we need to do to trigger the fish. But these two baits will catch fish this time of year. It's a great way. If you're doing the Fluke, pond fishing, the Fluke is awesome. And then early morning, right now is going to be my tendency to kind of go up and throw this around some weeds that are still around, maybe some hard cover, shallower areas, shallow flats, close to deep water where those fish may come up and feed. Great place to throw the Fluke. Also, if you have a windy lake, a lake that's been windy, get down on those wet banks that the wind was blowing into, toss a Fluke around. There's typically fish still around waiting for an easy meal. So it's a good time to go out and catch them on a Fluke or on the swim bait. Okay, if you want to throw the swim bait in grass or you got grass around, use that flashy swimmer. That is one that's not talked about a whole lot this time of year. That is fantastic and really, I think, is underutilized for the most part. It'll get you through just about anything you need to. It's weedless. You still have the blade on the bottom with the flashy swimmer. It's a great way to catch fish, folks. Get out there and catch some fish. I know it's a tougher time as we go towards this transition. We can still catch them. Let's get out there and get one. I'm Sean the Average Angler. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.